Good day. Welcome to Just Another Messenger, your alternative decode of the digital, the political, and the prophetic. I'm your host, Tamara L. Powered by AI, grounded in truth, and fueled by rebellion, we sift through noise to bring you what they won't say out loud. If you're ready to unplug from the matrix and plug into the message, let's begin. This is not just about food. It's about power, about policy, and about how a federal safety net program became a quiet machine for dependency, especially in Black and Indigenous American communities. I'm Tamara L., and today we're pulling the curtain back on SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, a program that began as liberation through survival, but became a cycle of control. SNAP started as a fix for two crises: overflowing farm surpluses and empty stomachs. In 1939, the Department of Agriculture launched a pilot program exchanging orange stamps for surplus food. By 1964, Congress codified it into law under the Food Stamp Act. The goal was simple: stabilize farmers and feed the poor. But right around the same time, something revolutionary was happening on the ground. The Black Panther Party, in 1969, launched their free breakfast for children programs. In churches, basements, community centers, Panthers were feeding thousands of kids every morning. They didn't wait for permission from Washington. They fed their people directly, and taught those children their worth. The federal government noticed, not with gratitude, but with fear. COINTELPRO infiltrated, surveilled, and dismantled many of those programs, labeling self-sufficiency as subversion. And slowly the narrative shifted. Food as a right gave way to food as a benefit. By 1974, the food stamp program went nationwide. Participation skyrocketed, from 4 million to 15 million in just 4 years. But what really happened? The same communities once organizing their own breakfast programs, the same neighborhoods raided and criminalized, were now funneled into a federal dependency loop. Instead of self-reliance through community ownership, aid became federal rationing through bureaucracy. Let's call it what it was: a shift from empowerment to enrollment. The Panthers' model, teach, feed, organize, uplift, was buried under paperwork, regulation, and stigma. And when the 1980s hit, deindustrialization ripped jobs from Black cities. Federal aid grew, but not local power. So now you had generations surviving, but never thriving. Children raised in systems that could feed them, but not free them. Fast forward to now. SNAP is the largest food aid program in America, serving over 41 million people. But cracks are showing. Benefits can't keep pace with inflation. Work requirements are tightening. In 2025, new federal rules risk cutting millions from the rolls. And let's be honest, the hardest hit? Black and brown families. Reports from states like Kentucky and Texas show tens of thousands losing access because of algorithmic fraud detection, not real investigation. Meanwhile, corporations profit off the EBT system, banks, processors, even big box grocers, while the families who rely on it are told to budget better. That's not a system of nutrition. That's a system of control. So what's the alternative? We don't need to destroy SNAP, we need to redesign it. First, invest in community-owned food systems. Just like the Panthers did. Like Fannie Lou Hamer's Freedom Farm Co-op in Mississippi, a blueprint for feeding and freeing at the same time. Second, link food aid to asset building. Not just calories, but capital. Community kitchens, land trusts, and training programs that let recipients become producers. Third, reframe assistance as a bridge, not a cage. A pathway to empowerment, not a generational sentence. We feed people to keep them alive, but we must teach people to own the systems that feed them, to stay free. The story of SNAP isn't about charity. It's about how power changed hands, from the people to the state. And if history teaches anything, it's that those who control food control freedom. And remember, liberation doesn't come in a government envelope. It begins when we feed ourselves again. If this message moved you, don't just listen, stand with it. Subscribe to Just Another Messenger, where truth still has a voice. Support the movement, shop the official merch at justanothermessenger.etsy.com. Keep independent truth alive, and fund the mission via Cash App at $JustAnotherMessenger. I'm Tamara L., and this was SNAP, From Liberation to Dependency. Until next time, remember, the greatest weapon they ever had was confusion. The greatest weapon we'll ever have is clarity. Stay wokish. Stay informed. Stay ready.